Someone said that they don't feel compassion to others, wondering if they are out of alignment with their true self. How come they're not feeling compassion to others and they're confused? So, compassion naturally arises when we feel our own suffering. The more in touch you are with your own suffering, the more in touch you're going to be with the suffering of others. Compassion is really to suffer together. So on the deepest level, we are one. So there's 3 degrees, you could say, of this. The first degree is very superficial. It's when people say, I can sympathize with you. I can sympathize with you, meaning they can't really feel what you're feeling. They don't really understand. It's not their lived experience. It's very distant. It's very superficial. This is why the Hallmark cards typically, these sympathy cards, typically sound like this. I can only imagine what you're going through. Meaning I can only think about what you're going through. It's on the level of thoughts. I can just think about the hardship that you're experiencing. But really, I know nothing of it. I've never felt anything like that. But best of luck. No, I'm just joking. But it's like that. It's very superficial. Then there's another degree, which is less superficial, which is the ability to empathize, where you feel what they're feeling. Someone may be going through a breakup, and yeah, I can empathize with this person because I felt that before. I know what it's like to experience a breakup. And in this experience, I'm not just resorting to my memory. It's I can feel this sense of loss, this sadness, this heartbreak. So it's more deeper. Now, compassion is at the very core. That there's no separation. That there's no, that's you and your stuff, and here's me and my stuff, and you're just going through a hard time, and I want everything to be okay with you. With compassion, there's actually no border or boundary. When someone's suffering, or something is suffering, might even be an animal, that it literally feels like you are suffering. That you're feeling it at your core. That there's no distinction between the other and you. There is no you and the other. Because at this level of the core, everything is one. All is one. So kind of like how I'm painting out this picture of degrees, and one being superficial, and then we can go less superficial, and then we can go to the deepest level, the core. It's really about how deep you've gone within yourself. Someone who hasn't gone deep within themselves, they can only sympathize. Someone who's gone a little deeper, they can empathize. Someone who's gone to the core, now they are compassionate. This compassion really arises out of your own suffering. To suffer together. If you aren't in touch with your own suffering, how can you be in touch with someone else's suffering? We can look at it as really the opening of the heart. As you sympathize with someone, heart's not really open. As you can empathize, now your heart's a little bit more open. Compassion arises from a wide open heart. The heart is fully open. When the heart's fully open, then you are experiencing unconditional love. You're experiencing the unity, which is love. So love knows no borders or boundaries. So when you see someone suffering, you actually see yourself suffering. There's no difference. You're not creating another. So it's very misleading, just even how we speak about it, to be compassionate to others. Really, the experience of compassion, there's no experience of others. That you're seeing the other actually as yourself. There's no differentiation. Creating a you and a me. So this is where unconditional love. How would unconditional love show up? What would unconditional love do in this situation? It's very spontaneous. There's no set answer. There's no set action. Shows up in many ways. Could be maybe just listening to someone. Could be maybe just picking up the phone and calling someone. Creating that sense of connection. Just to feel heard. Could be a hug. Could be dropping off maybe some food or offering to go get groceries. Inviting them over. Maybe watch a movie. Could show up in that way. Could show up with actually getting to the root of this suffering. So this compassion is expressed in many different ways. And it's more so important about where it's coming from. So it's coming from love. It's coming from the oneness of everything. It's coming from the unity. And this may sound crazy when I say it, but love is impersonal. So it's not like you as a person that's trying to become more compassionate. That's not going to be possible. But by going deep within yourself, feeling your own suffering without any resistance, knowing what it's like to suffer, and then feeling the suffering of others as your own, then this unconditional love shows up in a way to alleviate that suffering. In some shape or form. And the actions are coming from a very impersonal place. But it's just an outpouring of love. So don't try and be a more compassionate person. Just simply get in touch with your own suffering. Go deep within yourself, which means you're not resisting what's arising within you. You will feel that there's this opening where you can simply see, allow, and accept and love all parts of you unconditionally. Then you discover unconditional love. And this unconditional love then sees, allows, and accepts and loves all seemingly apparent parts of the whole. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.